Daisho Chikara asks, how do you differentiate between historical lore that is known versus lore that is lost or secret?
Differentiate in what way? In your World Anvil account, because I do believe there are different places where you can probably put that. In a game, like in Crystal Heart, it's very much a player's part and a GM's part. So in the player's part, there's all the information that is known and everything that we want the players and readers generally to believe that is true about the world. Sometimes we put a question mark, like the people of the world believe like this, but it could be that like this or whatever. Or sometimes we wink, like this and this happens, and also a detail that you as a modern person in the world know is actually like this, even though the people in the world think otherwise. But all of this can also just be used to subvert and implant all sorts of thoughts, because in the GM's part of the book, we say some things that are, we correct some details that we've placed before, and usually it's a lot more succinct than what happened in the player's book, because we only need to refer to the things that are different, not everything again. There's no reason, for example, or at least in my book, to give a true timeline of the world in the GM section, because I don't care about it. It's not that I care about it more now that it's GM. I don't care about it throughout the book.
Yeah.
I do care about, in our case, where crystals come from. So I give an possible explanation or two in the player's guide, in player's part, and then the GM gets 5 explanations or something like that are true and real. I'm doing air quotes.
I was going to say exactly that. Never underestimate the power of conflicting points of view. They are fantastic because, funnily enough, as I was saying in our episode last week as well, people in the real world don't know everything. And when I say people, I don't mean random Joes on the street. I mean, even specialists. We still don't really know what caused the Bronze Age collapse, for example. Massive moment in European history. We don't really know what happened. There are some theories, but we don't know. And that's the perfect example of things in your world as well. It's so long ago. It's so shrouded in mystery. Or, for example, the information has been removed for some reason, for some political reason. There's all sorts of reasons why people might know exactly what was happening or might have conflicting opinions. The other thing, which I don't want to dive into too much because it's quite political, is that certain countries, which I will not name, create history books with alternate facts or with facts that sort of, they include the facts that underpin the version of history that they would like to be displayed, and they subtly do not include the facts that might contradict that or might present a secondary narrative or a more complex narrative.
We haven't even talked about historical narratives and how history is presented. We haven't even got into that. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's where things like secret history and that kind of thing lie. Now, as a GM, what I would say is, know what happened, tell the players 3 things, and only if it's important.
Yes.
And otherwise, they can just know some vague details, and that is enough. In fact, I probably wouldn't even tell them. I'd just say, oh, there's a tapestry on the wall of an old king, and if they ask questions, I will give them a few details that are tantalizing and contradictory. Because that's what I like to do to my players. I like to contradict them myself and see their eyes cross. I really enjoy that as a world builder, because the world is also...
Yes, the world is complicated and stories are conflict. That happens, yes.
Right, exactly. So that's the space that I lie in as a GM, as a storyteller, unless I'm specifically using it. Now, one of my books does have secret histories in it, and I use them very specifically, and it's quite politically charged. And it's the point of the book. So this comes out at some point that there is a secret history, and people deal with it in different ways. But yeah, so I hope that has somehow answered your question in terms of keeping track specifically. Use secrets in World Anvil. Use your secret GM's notes to keep track of what you've said versus what you've told the players versus what you actually know has happened. There are all sorts of mechanisms within World Anvil to keep things secret from whoever you want to keep them secret to, and show people whatever you want to show them. So dive into secrets, dive into private articles, and that will help you keep your information ironclad.
Yeah.
Exactly.